Corrine Brown walking out of court with a smile with jury deliberations over for the day. The former Congresswoman's inner circle tells us she appears to be happy, almost jubilant.
3 hours and 47 minutes. That's how long this jury deliberated this afternoon. A courtroom sketch from today shows their empty chairs where they've been sitting and listening to testimony since last week.
Deliberations will resume first thing tomorrow morning. Our legal analysts say they could take days.
Brown faces 22 federal charges, including taking part in a conspiracy to commit mail and wire fraud. The jury could find her guilty of any or all of the charges or none of them, but each verdict must be unanimous. We have several crews outside the federal courthouse, beginning with Joy.
Mary, Tom, court ended right about 5 o'clock, just as the judge said it would end if the jury didn't come up with a verdict. The jury will be back at 8:45 in the morning. Deliberations will start at 9 a.m. Corrine Brown, about 15 minutes after court let out, she made it down and out, and the reporters, the cameras, on top of her as she walked over to the car that brought her here. And a lot of people have been wondering, who are these group of people, this entourage that walks her in and out of the courtroom? And from what I've seen, it's changed very day to day. Her hairdresser is there with her. Her pastor has been there, Bishop McKissick from Bethel Baptist Church. Other members of her church have been with her. Today, military veterans escorted her to and from lunch. And there have been a handful of female supporters who have been here every single day with her, very, very loyally. Now, there's one person in the video I want you to pay close attention to. Right behind Corrine Brown, you'll see another black female. She is wearing a white top with a black suit, and she's got big curly hair. That is Chantrell Brown, Corrine Brown's daughter. This is the first time that we have seen her be with her mother in court during this entire trial. Joining me now, Lindsay Gardner, who has been inside the courtroom throughout this trial. Lindsay is going to be talking more about that. Lindsay, you actually sat right behind Corrine Brown's daughter today in court.
Yes, Chantrell Brown did not go into the main courtroom with her mother. Instead, she went to the overflow courtroom, sat at the very first row. I sat directly behind her as she was crouched over, listening very intently to these 3+ hours of closing arguments from both sides. And she was visibly fidgeting with her feet and with her body, and her feet were rocking back and forth every time either side made a high point in their case. So a stark contrast from her mother, who is supposedly happy and jubilant, as we've heard from her inner circle, and smiling for the cameras. You could tell that her daughter, who's been implicated heavily throughout this case and her name been used every single day by the government, you could tell she is clearly nervous. What do you hope the jury remembers the most out of this morning?
I'm trying to go to lunch with my mop at Point Marines.
Corrine Brown wouldn't talk about the high-stakes case against her, now in the hands of the 12 jurors, mostly from Jacksonville, 7 men and 5 women. They will decide if the 70-year-old befallen politician is guilty of 22 counts of conspiracy and fraud. Federal prosecutor Eric Olshan used Brown's own words against her in his closing argument, saying she told you herself she knows how to rob Peter to pay Paul. And she's right. She knows how to rob Peter to pay herself. I caught up with him moments afterward. Anything you want to say about closing arguments today or how you think the case went?
No, sorry, I can't comment.
Meanwhile, in the overflow courtroom, Brown's daughter, Chantrell Brown, made her first appearance at her mother's trial, seen nervously fidgeting at times. Jim Piggott questioned her about being named all throughout the government's case.
Because you weren't part of the case, why would you have taken the fifth? You didn't want to speak?
Excuse me, I'm just trying to get through. Excuse me.
Sure, we are too. We're just trying to find out, because you were going to speak on your mother's defense. Do you think you could have helped her?
Brown's defense pressed the jurors that the case really comes down to character. A congressional leader for 2 decades versus a convicted criminal and admitted liar who took a plea deal to save himself. A man who used women for his own benefit. But tonight, the jury is out on which side they see as the truth. And so often in these cases, a lot of people want to have any kind of insight at all as to how this jury might be thinking, what they're feeling. Here's what we learned all new within the last hour. We know that when the jury went into deliberations, they had to vote on a foreperson. That is the person that always hands the verdict over to the judge and helps to moderate the discussions. We now know that that foreperson is juror number 9. Now, what I can tell you about her, she is a black woman here from Jacksonville. She is a married woman with a bachelor's degree and has a history with the Navy. So you are talking about a very well-educated woman, a local woman with ties here to Corrine Brown's district here, and she is the person that this jury has decided will represent them in court. So certainly a lot of eyes will be on her as deliberations continue. Joy?
Lindsay, thank you. Now, this is how great our legal experts are. I gave Randy Reep a call, a local attorney who's been helping us out on this case, to find out a question that Tom Wills had for me. And fortunately, his law office is not too far, and Randy just walked right over. So I'm going to ask you. Tom and I were talking about, we knew that the jury was not going to be sequestered during deliberations or during the trial itself, but they are not sequestered during deliberations. Why are they not being forced to all stay together so they don't go home and talk about this now?
Well, you'd have to understand that you've trusted them for the last 2 weeks not to do their own investigation, not to watch the news about this case, not to engage in conversations till they're together. And then you're going to suddenly not believe they can follow that for another 2, 3, maybe potentially 4 days. So this jury's done nothing to indicate to the court that they should be sequestered, or they would have been sequestered during the trial. I wouldn't have expected this, and I'm not the least bit surprised that you let them go home and conduct their normal lives. I'll just tell you about sequestration. It really alienates a jury to be taken away from their family like that.
All right, Randy Reep, thank you so much for walking over here just to answer that question for us. We appreciate that. You'll hear more from Randy Reep tonight on the 10 o'clock news. And if you've missed anything during our coverage all day, look for a complete wrap up then as well. For now, we're live outside the federal courthouse. Tom, Mary, back to you.